So buddy, it's what Jim, and let's go ahead and do the show review for Marvel's What If, exclusive to Disney Plus, at least for the time being. So we'll be talking about the good, the bad, and then the verdict, and this will be no spoilers, but I have done a review for every single episode of What If for this series, but they are all spoilers, and they'll be all linked in the description below if there's any of those episodes you want to watch. But my opinion has changed quite a lot since those videos, so if you want to see my opinion, it might not be 100% accurate to what my opinion is now. And you can let me know what your favourite episode of What If is, and what you thought of the overall series in the comment section below with no spoilers, as this isn't an spoiler review. So we'll get started with the good for this show. So for the good, I thought the story for the most episodes were great. Some of them were just okay for me, but I feel like most of the stories for the episodes did work very, very well, and some of them were quite unique for the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well. Also, I thought the characters were really, really great in this series. There's some new characters. There's some characters we've seen in several Marvel films before, but it's just great to see them, and some of the characters interacting with each other who haven't necessarily interacted with each other before. That was really cool to see. So definitely the characters were just really, really great in this series. I felt like I had a great variety of characters. I really enjoyed the new characters they brought. New character, but you've got new variants for different characters for these what if scenarios. So overall, the characters have done really, really well in this series. I thought the animation for the show can take a couple of episodes to get used to it, but when I was about episode 3 or 4, I was completely fine with the animation. It just took a few episodes to really get used to it. It is quite unique. It does make it look like it's from a comic book, but at least it's what it makes me feel like the animation looks like. But overall, I do enjoy the animation. It just took a few episodes to get used to it. I also thought that most of the voice acting in the series was done rather well. Some of them voiced their characters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and some of them worked, some of them didn't really. I feel like some of them they weren't bringing as much of a performance as they would live action. But some of the people are just known for doing voice acting, and the professionals are probably the best at doing the voice acting. But the other people that voice the characters or also play them in live action, they did a very good job. Some of them were just okay, but I felt like half of them were very, very good voices for these characters. Probably even just over more than half. But we'll now talk about the action for this series. I really enjoyed the action. I felt like all of it worked for me, and I was just really, really enjoying the action for these shows. It wasn't my favourite part of these shows or anything, but when the action did come on, I was really, really enjoying it, and it definitely did add to the episodes for me. Some of the episodes were definitely emotional. Some of them just really, really got to me, and I was nearly in tears in one of them. I felt like. Also, I felt like there were a lot of episodes were quite rewatchable. I even rewatched one of the episodes of What If, and now it's my favourite. But we'll get to what my favourite is in just a moment. I'm going to be ranking all the episodes, but now we'll talk about the bad for What If. So for me, the bad, I felt like some of the episodes were filler in my opinion. They could have chosen maybe better What If scenarios, or possibly not had as many episodes for the series of What If. But that's just for me personally. You might not have thought any of the episodes were filler, but for me, I felt like they were. I thought some of the voice acting could have been better, like I did mention. But I don't think any of them were bad. But I felt like quite a few of them were just okay, and I feel like they could have been better for some of them. Also, I think some of the episodes could have been a bit longer. Some of the episodes ended on a cliffhanger, and it did ruin the episodes. It did ruin a few of the episodes for me that I feel like it could have ended really, really well, and unfortunately it didn't. But I feel like the last episode of the series definitely did end on a satisfying conclusion to me. But some of the others, it just didn't really feel like that for me. But now we'll talk about the verdict for this show. So I recommend this show to people who like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and for people who have Disney Plus. I wouldn't get Disney Plus just for this, but I probably would get Disney Plus if you just want to watch the Marvel shows. So, and I would rate this show an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's one of my favourite Marvel shows, and one of my favourite shows on Disney Plus. I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. And now we'll rank the episodes for What If. So like I said, my reviews for these episodes of What If, my opinion has changed quite a bit since these episodes. Some of them I enjoyed a bit more afterwards, some of them I enjoyed a bit less. But I think it was just time, really. Just some of them just made me feel like, yes, they were better than I remember them being, and some of them were just not as good. Even though I've only rewatched some of the episodes, but I've seen plenty of reviews and stuff of What If that I've definitely got a different opinion now. Not all of them are different, but definitely I've got a different opinion than what I had when I first watched What If. So we'll get started with my number 9, which is episode 6. I would rate it a 7 out of 10. I just thought it was a good episode. And number 8 is episode 7. I'd give a 7 out of 10. Number 7, I'd give episode 1 7 out of 10. And then my number 6 is episode 3, 7.5 out of 10, so slightly better. And number 5, it's episode 8, 8 out of 10 for me. I thought it was a pretty great one. Number 4 is episode 9, 8.5 out of 10. Really enjoyed that one. And number 3 is episode 5, again 8.5 out of 10. Number 2 is episode 4, 9 out of 10. Absolutely loved it. And my favourite is episode 2, which I'd also give a 9 out of 10, and that's the one I rewatched, which was episode 2. And that was What If Black Panther was Star-Lord instead of Peter Quill. So my second favourite is What If Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands. So that's it for this video. Again, you can let me know what you thought of the series, what you thought of each episode. You can go ahead and rank them all in the comment section below with no spoilers, as this is a non-spoiler review. And linked in the description below are going to be all my spoiler reviews for What If. You can go ahead and watch them if you want. You don't have to. Yeah, let's go ahead. That's linked in the description of the video. That's all I've got to say here. Excelsior, ciao, and enough said.